Hello and welcome to Soul Babes Craft and Creations. I'm Louise and today is Wednesday, May the 7th. So first of all, I will do quote of the day and then I'll explain what's going on now. And the quote is, "Good things don't come easily." And my, does that ring so true? But we'll leave it at that. Now, as I said, it is Wednesday, which used to be Amigurumi Wednesday. I'm not doing amigurumi for a while. I've decided to put a pause on that because I'm struggling to actually continue motivating myself to do them. So I decided that I have quite a few works in progress. Couple that I haven't yet started, but I have bought the yarn or other items needed for that particular project. I just haven't got round to doing, starting, or even finishing. Now I currently have 16 on my list, of which I will draw from 11, I think, because some of them I have yet to start and they are a lot bigger projects, so I need to finish some of the smaller projects, although those are big projects as well, but there isn't that much left on some of them that if I can finish them, then it means that I've got room to put the other ones in. There are some projects that I haven't put in here yet, as I've gone round and thought, yeah, I can see another project here that I could do with doing, but I thought to myself, no, I will select a few, and if I feel like it, I will go back to the other ones as well when they all get added to the list. So there is, out of the 16 I've chosen, there is 2 that I can't show. They're secret projects and they will remain secret, one till the end of the year and one will be until it's after it's been gifted, because it is a gift for someone. So we'll leave it at that. But if I get picked, if either of those two get picked, I will not be doing them on camera. The others I might do on camera, all depending on timing. Also, some of them that if I don't draw out next week a new number, they may carry over a little bit longer, purely because, like in this week's case, I have my grandson coming on Friday and he's here for over a week, so there'll be very little in videos going up next week. If I manage to get any videos pre-recorded before he gets here, we will have to wait and see. But it does mean that I will have 2 weeks if I pick a project that I won't be doing any tonight, because I'm going to show you what projects I can show you, and then the others will be I will then draw out one, and I won't be working on it today, but I will work on it for the next couple of weeks and hopefully be able to show. Some of them I won't, but hopefully I'll be able to show what progress I've made over the next 2 weeks. So let's start. Now, numbers 1 and 2 are the 2 secret projects. so I won't be showing those. Number 3 is the Peephole Stitch Shawl. Now the Peephole Stitch, I'm pretty certain, is a fibre spider pattern. Now I've got to find it. There is a huge pile beside me here of all my WIPs all my works in progress. There it is. There it is. See, in its own little bag. They're in bags or boxes, but this is the project. If I can get it out without losing it. Okay. Oh, I did wonder where that hook had disappeared to. There you go. Some of them have obviously got my hooks where I've been working on them. Right, this is where I have got to so far with this shawl. You're going to come undone there. Thank you. There we go. So that's as far as I have managed to get so far with this shawl. As you can see, it's not very big so far, and there is part of a reason why I stopped using it was because I started to get a reaction to the yarn. Now the yarn is called Creative Wool Degrade. Go. It's a 200-gram cake. It's 70% acrylic and 30% wool. Now I am partially allergic to wool, so I can only do a small amount of it at a time. But what I will probably do is take some antihistamines and put cotton gloves on my hands to be able to work on this one. Right, it is a 4mm hook and needle. Hand wash only. Do not bleach, do not tumble dry, low iron, and it can be dry cleaned with pee. Trying to see if I can find what the colourway is. Colourway is called Party, I think, but it's very pastely pink, going from a very, very pale pink in the middle to a darker pink in the outside, and this is blowing it out quite considerably. It's a little bit darker than that showing, and it's a stranded yarn rather than it being a solid or chained or spun. It's very fine strands, and I think it's looks like 4 strands. So it's okay, but it's hard going when, like I say, I have an allergy to wool. So that's part of the reason why it got put to one side. The other reason was because I had a lot of other things that I needed to get made, because I started this sometime in the middle last year. Some of these I've been going for a little bit longer than that, but there we go. So that's number 3. Back in its bag. I think, no, this isn't the only one that's in a plastic bag. There is another one that's in a plastic bag. I mean, the reason why this is in a plastic bag is because of the wool. But let's keep the hook and the hook I was using was a 4mm. Not sure if you can see it. There we go. Come on, focus. I can't keep it still long enough, but it is a 4mm. So that's number 3. Number 4 is a duster cardigan that I am making for my daughter, that she asked me for last summer. Did tell her it would take me longer than the summer for me to get it finished. I can't remember the pattern, but it's an MJ off the hook pattern, I think, pretty certain. And I'm doing a full length one. The one that is MJ off the hooks she only does a short one, but I'm doing a full length because my daughter wants a full length. That's the pattern. This is one panel, so there we go. Now she is a little bit taller than I am, so that is 4 times the height, there we go, of the panel. And it's made in 2 panels, so you go up and down full length of it, and then you add sleeves. Once you've attached them together, you then add the sleeves. What was I going to say? Of what yarn I was using. Right, so yes, so that I'm pretty certain is an MJ off the hook. It's still attached. But I'm using Yarn Smith's Create Baby 4-ply, which is, there we go, quite a thin yarn there, and it is 100 grams a ball, 439 meters, 480 yards, 100% acrylic, wash 30 degrees, low iron, low tumble dry, do not use bleach, and it's 3.25mm hooks and needles. So, and the colour I'm doing is baby cream. So maybe I might get it finished for my daughter for this summer. We will see if I draw it out. But there we go. So that's that one. Right, so that's number 4. Number 5 is a big one. This is the Kaleidoscope C2C blanket, working from the center out from another fiber spider. This is for a friend. Ooh. I realise those are, oh yeah, it's still attached. It's still attached? No, it's not still attached. But this is what I have done so far. Got quite a way. Managed to do quite a bit. Don't know how many more rows I'm going to be doing. I'm thinking at least doing What have I done? 1, 2, 3. Probably at least another 6 more rows of the red. Then I go back to the purple. I don't know if I'll go back to the teal or not, but we'll see. But the colours I'm using, the yarn I'm using is Yarn Smiths Create Aran, and the colours I'm using are teal, claret, and purple orchid. There we go. And they are 100-gram balls, 195 meters or 210 yards, 100% acrylic. Again, 30-degree wash, low iron, low tumble dry. Do not use bleach, and P for dry cleaning, and I think that's 6mm hooks. Pretty certain that's 6mm hooks. I can't quite tell. I'm pretty certain they're 6mm hooks. So that's I did say that's number 5. Let's try and get it back in the bag. I will properly fold them up and put them back away in a little while. I'm certainly going to have to make sure I put things away before the grandson gets here on a Friday. So, right, so that's number 5. Number 6 is the Siren's Atlas blanket. Now, I started this at the same time as Juan, the yarn addict, started it, and I was doing the first few weeks. I was doing the same numbers he was drawing out. All over the place. Come here. Is that all of them? Yes, that's all of them. Right, so I think I've done, so that's number 1. And what number is that one? Number 2. Because when he stopped drawing them out, I thought, okay, I'll start doing them when I feel like it. And I started just by picking out. So that one's number 30. That was one of the first drawings that Juan did. And that one's number 46. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. But then he stopped drawing them out, and I thought to myself, okay, well, I'll do them when I feel like it, and then other things have got in the way. So I've ended up not doing too many more. Right, that's number 8. Any more? 9. 10. This one needs to be blocked. 11. 13. And 25. And 27. So that's some of the 64 squares. So I've decided that I want to finish doing these squares and then I'll put them together and turn it into a Boggy Creek blanket. So we'll see what happens on that one, whether it gets picked out for me to do it. The yarn I'm using again is Yarn Smiths, and I think I'm using double knit, the DK weight. So we got it as it's 100 grams per ball, 290 meters, 317 yards. Same stats as all the others. Same laundry as all the others, and it's 4mm hook and needles. So another one of my hooks. Well, I'm using a 4.5mm hook. So colours I'm using are dark turquoise, come out, sapphire blue. No, it doesn't look quite as dark on this. It seems to be being washed out a little bit. Then I've got light turquoise, and then finally, come out the bag, out, oatmeal. So that's the 4 colours I'm using, from dark to light. There we go. So that's number 6. Get back in the bag. Didn't want to come out, now you don't want to go back in. Right. So, Siren's Atlas. Next one is Jada in Stitches 2024 calendar blanket. Now this I've only got to do a couple of rows. Just hadn't decided how I was going to do the last couple of rows. Because I didn't quite do it the way that Jada did hers last year. I did the squares as she did, but I changed how I was doing the pattern because I turned mine into a round blanket. There isn't, and it's basically like a clock face. I have a square in the middle, which is the points are to 12, 3, 6 and 9. So let me see if I can remember which one's which. Right. So that one is 12. There. Because that I know is January because of it being the garnet square. And then that's number 2, which is the amethyst square. Because I chose to do my colours as the earthstone colours. There we go. And so March, April, May, June, which is mine. So that's when my birthday is, and it happens to be my favourite because I love doing flowers. So July, August, September, October, November, and then we're back. December. So I've only actually got to do a couple of rows on the border. I just don't know what to do for the border. I was thinking of doing a crab stitch using the colours of the yarns. Problem being is I'm not sure if I've got enough of the sparkle yarn, which is these ones here, I've got enough of the colours to complete the round. So it's a thought, but I will come to that idea maybe later and decide on exactly what I want to do with that one. I think I've still got some of the grey left, so I could do it with a combination of the grey like I've done here in the centre. It's got the grey with each of the colours of the birthstones in, so there's a possibility I might do it that way. I need to think, so it's the reason why it's been put on hold, because I needed to decide on what I wanted to do. So that one is number 7. Right, number 8 is another Jada in Stitches blanket that I started back in 2020, because it's the 2021. But that happened to be a year where things didn't quite go to original plans. I at that time was in temporary accommodation when 2020 hit, and when the C words that we are not allowed to talk about hit here in the UK, and everywhere went down into lockdown. Because of my health and my son's health, we were unable to go out anywhere. And at that time, I couldn't get anything in either. So, come the April, I had to give up doing this one, because my intention was to basically use lots of colours to do. So I think I've got January, February, can't remember which ones were which. Yeah, January, February, March and April. So again, I just was using whatever yarn I had to make them, and that pattern was the patchwork pattern. So each different one was a different patchwork design. So plan is to do the same, continue using her tutorials and finishing the blanket. But it will mean that I'm obviously using whatever yarn I have, because I can't afford to buy a lot extra at the moment. Having just spent out a lot of money on getting some of the yarn that's yet to go up in the shelf here. It will have to go up before Friday, so otherwise a young sir will be wanting to get into the box. But anyhow, so that will be another one that I will have to pick out some yarns and go from there. So that's number 8. Number 9 is the Cinnamon Stitches Pineapple Poncho, which I started avalanche of projects. Whoops. This is one I started a few weeks ago, and I started by doing it on the channel. This is as far as I've managed to get. There's this is where I've got to so far. Not very far, but there again, like most of my situation, I've had to fight for time for things, and with the fact that I've been unwell, it's put pay to some of it. But I'm using a yarn I bought from China. It's going to be starting off with this cream. Might be using the pink, I'm not sure. And then it's going into a cream with sequins as the end points to the pineapples. So we'll just have to see how far I get with the cream on its own before I decide on whether or not I'll be using the pink. So that's number 9. Number 10 is one of the ones that's just fallen on the floor. Give me a second. I haven't actually, this is one I haven't started. I think this is where I get to the ones that I actually haven't yet started. Excuse me. Try and do this without knocking everything else flying. Right. Okay. So, yes, this is a hoop. 30cm hoop. And I have some size 10 cotton thread. Now this one is what is called the 7-point pineapple doily, and I'm turning it into a wall hanging to then use for putting special stitch markers that I have bought. As you will probably have seen from some of my previous videos, quite a few I have bought from Hadija at Ladybird Loves. So that's the plan, is to make this to go for it. Now the pattern is by handmade by Rain. Don't have a picture, but I'm following her tutorial, or I will be following her tutorial on YouTube. So I will put a link below, and also for any of the ones that I have, I will try and put a link in the description box below. So that one is number 10. Number 11 is a very special yarn. And this is silk. Hence the reason why it's being kept in its very much separate stage. Silk yarn, and I have a lot more to ball up because these are little small hanks that I purchased from an Etsy shop, and I think it's called the Silk Spinner Studio. And I have a pattern idea that I want to do, and I've basically called the pattern Lilies on the Water. And it's, as I say, each of the lilies will be each of these individual coloured ones, and then I have a bigger hank of silk yarn that's going to be the water, because it's an ombre effect blue yarn. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. Right, now we're into ones that I haven't, well, I've got ideas. I've got the yarn except for one. I just haven't started them. So next one is the 30th anniversary, because me and my husband will be celebrating 30 years in August. Yeah, 30 years. And I'm making us a wall hanging for the possibly for the kitchen. I'm not sure yet. It's probably about the only place we've got a big enough wall that's not otherwise got stuff on, which are going to be little hearts, and each heart will represent a year, and each row on the heart, other than the internal heart, each row round the outside of it will be the high temperature of the 5th of the month, because we got married on the 5th of August. So each heart will have a representation of the month high temperature of that year, each heart. So there'll be 30 hearts. Problem being is I haven't yet got the yarn to make it. So that may be one that I might have to hang on. Well, it is one of the ones that I'm not drawing out at the moment until I get the yarn. Right, so that's number 12. Number 13 is the Angel Wing Shawl. Again, another fibre spider shawl pattern. And the yarn I'm using is another Etsy shop yarn from Fantasy Yarns. This again is a thread style, very fine thread style. I think it's 4-ply again. Might even be 3-ply, can't tell. No, 4-ply. I'll get it to do it, but it's either 3 or 4-ply. No, it's a 3-ply. And it is 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. Each one of these is can't see what the weight was. The only thing I can see is the meterage, which is 1,700 meters per cake. I think I have, yes, I have 3 cakes of this color, and it's like beiges and creams and pinks. So that's what I'm doing, and I will be actually running these as the three balls together to make the shawl. It's hand wash only, low iron, no tumble dry, no bleach, no no dry clean. So anything else I can say about it? Can't sort of, the color way is CA017. So there we go, we've got sort of like a beiges and creams and pinks for that one. So that's the Angel Wing Shawl. The next one is a Bag a Day. Is the Bag a Day Madness Shawl. And again, I'm using a Fantasy Yarns. And it's the same one, except I think this is 1300 meters, and the colorway number is CA072, and it's sort of like darks, purples and blues. Again, it's the same 3-ply, and again it's also cotton acrylic blend, and I have 3 cakes of this one to do Bag a Day Madness Shawl. Well, we'll see. Right, so that's those ones. So that was number 14. Number 15 is involving this bag of yarn. So lots of different colours. Again, it's all Yarnsmiths DK Create, all the specs as stated earlier in the previous bit. And that's the plan for them, is the Sophie's Universe blanket. Haven't started it. I've looked. Yeah, it's a project I've been wanting to do. It's very daunting, let's just say that much. But we will see if it gets drawn, when it gets drawn, see how it goes. Right, and the final one, so that was number 15. The final one that I have on my list is a blanket I have done in the past, except when I made it the first time, I gifted it to my daughter's then boyfriend, and it then disappeared. So I don't know whatever happened to it, but it was what I called the coffee latte cream, because of the colours I chose when I did it. But it's the Victorian sampler blanket that she did in 2000, that Jada and Stitches did in 2018. And the colours that I've chosen to redo it are similar to the colours I originally did. But I originally did it with whatever yarn I had in stock in my stash at the time, which I think was mostly Starcraft Special DK or whatever yarns that I had, because most of the yarn at that time was what I had from my mum, passed over to me because she was an avid knitter and can't knit very much now, so she passed whatever yarns over to me. So these are, again, Yarnsmiths Create in Aran, the right way, and the colours are Parchment, Cream, and what's the other one? Brown Bear. So yeah, Brown Bear. This light is definitely washing them out. They are a lot darker than that, and that is more of a brown than a cream, than a grey. But that's the colours. So again, I'm going for the coffee latte I like the colours. They go together. I like them. So that is the plan. I have a box with all the yarn in it, ready to make it. Just haven't got round to making it, or remaking it, shall I say. So that's another one that is for the drawing, but I won't draw it. It'll be one of the ones that I will add to when some of the other ones are finished. So that is the 16 that I currently have on the list. Now to draw out one that I will do probably for the next couple of weeks, I'll say, because grandson will be here on Friday. So let's see what I get to pick out. New pot. I have, let me just check. Pretty certain I've got up to number 11 in here. Let me just check. We have number 2 and number 1, number 3, number 7, number 4, number 5, number 8, number 6, number 10, number 9. So I haven't picked out number 11. Number 11 seems to be missing. No, it's not. It's there. It's okay. Because I've got other ones that I've got pre-cut ready to go in. Right. Okay, so I'm leaving number 11. So it's the first 10 on the thing. So I've got the 2 secret projects, the Peephole Stitch Shawl, Duster Cardigan, Kaleidoscope Blanket, Sirens Atlas Squares Blanket, Jada and Stitches 2024 Calendar Blanket, Jada and Stitches 2020 Calendar Blanket, Cinnamon Stitches Pineapple Shawl, Pineapple Poncho, or the 7-point Pineapple Doily Wall Hanging. So here we go. Let's give it a good shake up. Let's see what I pick. Okay, let's grab them all. Make sure I grab them all. Right, got them all in my hand. Whatever is the last one left in my hand is the one that I do. That's the last one. And the last one is number 7. Number 7 is the Jada and Stitches 2024 blanket. Right, so I now have to decide on what I'm going to do for the last couple of rows. But there we go. That's the way it goes. So, with that all being drawn and everything being said, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Love and kindness to everyone. Bye for now, and I will see you all soon.